Folks, in my 20 years in the league, I've never seen anything like this. There's a quiet storm brewing right now that could shake the very foundation of the NFL's landscape. From the depths of NFL insiders, from whispers only a few dare to listen to, something enormous is unfolding, and what I'm about to tell you will blow your mind. I've got the kind of intel that makes even the most seasoned GMs skip a beat, and trust me, what's happening behind the scenes right now is nothing short of seismic. I've been around the league long enough to recognize when the earth shifts. And right now, I'm telling you, an unprecedented trade could be quietly shaping up, the kind that will change everything for the Atlanta Falcons and potentially for one of the league's most unpredictable quarterbacks. This isn't speculation. This is insider information based on conversations with multiple sources, direct league intelligence, and whispers from front offices that never leak. And here's the kicker. What I'm about to reveal is just the tip of the iceberg. There's a secret so big, so game-changing, that it could redefine the NFC South, elevate Atlanta from pretender to contender, and send shockwaves across the NFL's balance of power. But I'm not going to spill everything all at once. No, this story is a layered masterpiece. You'll want to stay glued because what you're about to hear is only part of a much bigger puzzle. And trust me, the final pieces are still being put into place. Now enough waiting, you want the truth. You want the insider knowledge that only I can bring? Then buckle up. Hit that subscribe button, smash that like, and activate your notifications because what you're about to hear isn't just a rumor, it's a blueprint for the most explosive NFL move of 2026. This isn't for the casual fan. This is for the true believers, the ones who understand that in the NFL, timing, intelligence, and secrets are everything. And right now, the clock is ticking toward a trade that could send shockwaves through the league. Are you ready? Let's go deep. The Atlanta Falcons are in the middle of an incredible transformation. After yet another frustrating season, another year without playoff football, they're firing on all cylinders behind closed doors. The firing of Raheem Morris, the hiring of Kevin Stefanski, the restructuring of the front office, and the strategic overhaul of the roster. These are just signs of a franchise desperate to reassert itself. But what no one's talking about is the real game behind the scenes. The chess match to get that one piece that kicks everything into high gear. The Falcons need a burst of star power, a quarterback who can push them from a decent team into a legitimate NFC contender. They've got talent, no doubt. Bijan Robinson, the rookie sensation, dazzles with his vision and explosiveness. Kyle Pitts is under a new regime looking to unlock his potential. The offensive line shows flashes of promise. But what's missing? That true leader, someone who can elevate the entire team, who can command the huddle, who can deliver those clutch moments when it matters most. Right now, the quarterback situation is nebulous. Michael Penix Jr. is a promising young talent, coming off a solid 2025 where he proved that he has the arm talent and poise. But can he handle the pressure of a division race? Can he bring consistency? Kirk Cousins. A proven veteran, but at 35 and with his price tag, he's more short-term fix than long-term solution. And then whispers of a potential blockbuster. Oh yes. The league's whispers say the Falcons are eyeing something much bigger, something seismic. A player sitting just a few hours away in the Big Apple, and that's none other than Jameis Winston. Yes, you heard me right. Jameis Winston. The veteran gunslinger who's been wandering the NFL landscape since his days at Florida State, flashing brilliance, flashes of chaos, and a mounting reputation as a wild card, whose ceiling is as high as his unpredictability. But what if I told you? What if the Falcons see something different in Winston? What if this legendary figure, who once was crowned the NFL's most promising young quarterback, who threw for over 5,000 yards and 33 touchdowns in that 2019 season with Tampa Bay, has quietly become the perfect fit for Atlanta's new offensive mission? The rumors have been swirling. The chatter from league insiders suggests that the Falcons are prepared to make a bold move, an audacious trade, a deal that could shock the NFL, and it all centers on Winston. But how does this fit into the bigger picture? What are the mechanics, the motives, and the chess moves that make this possible? Now, let's analyze why Jameis Winston might be the perfect solution. Many analysts dismiss Winston as just a gunslinger, erratic, unpredictable, a risk-taker who sometimes throws the ball into trouble. But dig deeper. His recent film, his advanced metrics, and his underlying numbers point to a different narrative, one that's often missed by the casual observer. At 32, Winston isn't old. He's entering a crucial phase of his career where experience could balance out his natural gunslinger instincts. Look at his 2025 season with the Giants. Limited starts, yes, but when he was in, he showed flashes of that old arm talent. His deep ball accuracy is among the best in the league, a real weapon for a coach like Kevin Stefanski, who emphasizes timing and explosive plays. His 2025 PFF grades hover around the mid-70s, which, for someone with inconsistent ownership and offensive line issues, is promising. But the real gem. Winston's advanced stats reveal a QB with a surprising 7.2 yards per attempt, one of the highest in the league, indicating he's not afraid to push the ball vertically. And don't forget his completion percentage, 56. 1% last year, but that's a product of limited reps and a system that isn't tailored 100% to his strengths. When targeted deep, Winston's success rate jumps, and his turnover-worthy plays are surprisingly low for a former turnover machine. Meanwhile, his 8.4 yards per attempt over his career shows he's a natural downfield threat, something Atlanta's offense desperately needs to stretch defenses and open lanes for Bijan Robinson and the emerging receiving core. Film studies back this up. Watch Winston's footwork on clutch third downs. There's a composure, an ability to manipulate defenses with subtle pocket movement and quick releases that can't be ignored. When he's in rhythm, he's a top-tier NFL quarterback. What the media often overlook is his mental resilience. In 2023 with New Orleans, he navigated a tricky situation, injuries, roster upheaval, and kept his composure, even throwing for 5 touchdowns in a critical game against the Vikings. His leadership qualities? Solid, and at his best, he's a field general who commands respect. So why has he been overlooked? Because teams fixate on the mistakes, interceptions, turnovers, the chaos moments. But in the analytics-driven NFL of 2026, Winston's true value is emerging. His EPA, expected points added, per play ranks in the top 20 among quarterbacks with at least 200 attempts last year. That's elite even if the eye test sometimes trips us up. Now, the logistics of this trade, this is the juicy part. Spoiler alert, it's not as complicated as you might think. The Falcons, with their limited draft capital, are looking for a short-term stabilizer, someone with the veteran moxie but still enough juice to elevate the offense. Winston's contract, a manageable $8 million for 2026, absolutely within reach for a team in cap hell. The Giants, on the other hand, are looking to clear cap space, perhaps even save face after a disappointing season. Winston's value? A mid-round pick, maybe a conditional future pick, plus the salary cap relief. What's the trade structure? I've heard whispers of a 4th-round pick, and maybe a late-rounder in 2027 to swap Winston for a mid-tier veteran or cap relief. The Giants are eager to move on, and Winston's proven he can still be a starting-caliber quarterback when given the right environment. The Falcons, hungry for stability, can get a guy who thrives in high-pressure moments, someone who can be their bridge or even a potential franchise quarterback, depending on how things shake out. Winners? The Falcons get immediate veteran stability without giving up their future draft assets. Winston gets out of New York's backup role where he's become increasingly frustrated and lands in a system that's built for his skills. The Giants? They gain cap space, a draft pick, and a chance to reset their roster after an inconsistent 2025. It's a win-win. Now, what about the scheme fit? Stefanski's zone read, play-action style, and emphasis on downfield throws perfectly complement Winston's strengths. His gunslinger mentality aligns with the coach's aggressive philosophy. And with Bijan Robinson as a primary weapon, defenses will be continually tested. Long bombs, quick strikes, and explosive running. Winston's ability to stretch the field will open up lanes for Robinson and give the Falcons a tactical advantage they've lacked in recent years. Comparison-wise, think of Winston as a more volatile, yet potentially more explosive version of a Kirk Cousins, someone who can light up a scoreboard but also has the ability to implode under pressure. But when coached correctly, with a structured scheme and a solid offensive line, he's an absolute game changer. And let me tell you, his ceiling is higher than most QBs in this league when put in the right circumstances. So here's the burning question. Will the Falcons pull the trigger? It's as close to a lock as you'll get in the league's rumor mill. The pieces are aligning, the cap, the need, the opportunity. And the stakes, higher than ever. Because in the NFL, timing is everything. And right now, the Falcons have a window that, if seized, could vault them into legitimate NFC South contenders for years to come. In conclusion, this potential Winston trade is not just about filling a quarterback spot. It's about sending a statement. It's about taking a calculated risk that could pay off big if Winston rediscovers his true potential. The Falcons are betting on his talent, his experience, and his fire. The league is watching, waiting to see if this bold move will ignite a new era of Falcons football or become another footnote in the endless saga of NFL gambles. What's next? Keep your eyes peeled during the draft, because I've heard whispers of even more moves on the horizon. Multiple teams are quietly positioning themselves for blockbuster swaps, and the Winston domino could trigger a chain reaction no one expects. As we approach March, remember, history favors the bold, and the NFL's most legendary chapters are written during moments like these. The countdown has begun. The question is, are you ready to witness history? Because if this trade goes down, it's not just a game changer. It's the beginning of a new legend in Atlanta. And trust me, you won't want to miss the epic story that's unfolding right now. Stay tuned, because this is only the beginning. The greatest move of 2026 might just be around the corner, and I've got the inside scoop you won't find anywhere else. Remember, in the League of Giants, only those willing to take the biggest risks write the biggest stories. And right now, the Atlanta Falcons are on the verge of making the move that could cement their legacy for generations. Don't blink. You don't want to miss what comes next.